Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome to our little corner of the world, the Always Journal channel. Always Journal. Lord Jesus, I'm getting used to this YouTube thing. I'm Alicia Johnson, okay? I have to get used to all of these different platforms. I am Alicia Johnson, and this is my YouTube channel. I am the creator of the 1212 community, which is the home of the Always Journal 30-day journaling challenge. And I am so excited that you are joining us tonight. And I am going to do my best to keep looking ahead at this camera. That has been my instruction for this evening because I'm constantly looking down and looking up. So I am so excited that you guys are joining me tonight. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are new here, just come on in, sit down, get your favorite beverage, and we are going to dive into some forgiveness work. We are dedicating the next, what day are we on? We're on day 4. So that means we're dedicating the next 26 days to journaling for forgiveness. And so if you have missed any of the days previous, feel free to go back, re-listen to the recordings. Everything is there. We're going to save everything on this channel so you can go back, share it out, journal with your friends, journal by yourself. Just make sure you get the journaling done. That's the most important part. This work is very, how can I put it? It's very exciting, and I constantly tell people to enjoy the process. The work may seem simple, but don't let the smooth taste fool you, okay? Don't let the smooth taste fool you. So this journaling work is all about helping you to reposition yourself so that you can begin to operate fully in the full capacity of who God has created you to be. And most people are not operating at their fullest capacity because they're hanging on to so many things from the past. I used to be that person. I used to be the person that would hang on to things for dear life. If you angered me, if you made me mad, then I would remember that thing and hold it hostage just in case I needed to pull it out at any point in time if you stepped out of line. But what I had to begin to understand is that that was more detrimental to me. That was damaging to my creative process. That was damaging to everything that heaven wanted me to do. And so this is why I made a promise to God that if heaven would help me to turn around my career, my finances, my relationship with my husband, my relationship with my kids, every area of my life, that I would squeal like a pig. And this work is me keeping my promise of squealing like a pig. So if you are having problems with moving to the next level, if you are having problems solidifying the, how can I put it, or carving out your piece of the blessing or attaching to the truth of who God has created you to be, 9 times out of 10, there is some forgiveness work that you need to do. And I am here to help you every step of the way. So, with that being said, we are now on day 4. Day 4 of the Always Journal for Forgiveness work. And we touched on this a little bit last night, but I'm going to take it a little bit deeper tonight. So don't think that you already know what we're going to talk about, because never, ever, ever assume that you have figured God out, okay? So day 4, follow the clues. Assignment. Reread your dedication so that you will remain pinpoint accurate in your journaling focus. Take time today to explore why forgiveness is necessary for a fulfilled life. Follow nature to determine how nature forgives. Your clues to forgiveness are everywhere. Trees bend, our digestive system processes our food and converts it to energy, and the earth expands and contracts, etc. Why? Understanding that everything in nature is encoded with the capacity to forgive will enable you to enter into the process of forgiveness with a more willing heart. The benefit: watching nature and how it forgives will afford you the opportunity to grab the necessary clues to aid you in this journey. Now, we are actually reading the journal prompts from our Always Journal journal. And if you want to get a copy of that, my assistant, I think she's on here, she can put that information out there if you want your own physical copy, and we can get you a physical copy of that. But today we're going to talk about following the clues of how forgiveness works. And in order to understand the clues of how forgiveness works, one of the things that you have to understand is how you respond to unforgiveness. Unforgiveness in your life shows up in a myriad of ways. And most of the times we kind of associate, or we kind of mask the unforgiveness with other things. So it may look like sleepless nights. It may look like a poor diet. It may look like a lack of creativity. It may look like a lack of energy. It may look like a whole lot of things. And this was so powerful for me because I wanted my lack of forgiveness to be everything but that, okay? I wanted it to be anxiety. I wanted it to be panic attacks. I wanted it to be, oh, I'm just not eating well. I wanted it to be so many other things outside of what I was doing to myself. Oh, this job is just too stressful. I need to maybe cut back on my hours that I'm working. Oh, this area is just too cluttered. I need to maybe clean this up. And you can always tell that it's much deeper than what you think it is when you do the things that you think need to be done and you're still in that same place. And what I mean by that is, how many times have you cleaned up? How many times have you organized? How many times have you gotten your credit score together? How many times have you done all of the things that you needed to do? You started to eat right. You started to exercise. You started to do all of these things only to find yourself right back in those same scenarios, right back where you started from. And in some cases, maybe even worse, more clutter, a worse diet, a worse credit score. And it's like, when did all of this happen? I had just cleaned it up. I was on that roller coaster ride. I was on that ride going back and forth. And it wasn't until I really started to ask God to seek heaven for all that heaven was worth, to find out, why am I continually on this hamster wheel? Why am I continually having to continue to heal my credit? Why am I continuing to have to clean my house over and over and over again? I'm not talking about like normal maintenance cleaning. I'm talking about the same clutter that I thought I got rid of is back again. The same diet that I thought I had cleared up is even worse now. And what God began to show me is that during that time period, it wasn't the clutter. It wasn't my diet. It wasn't my poor budgeting. It wasn't my poor financial information or lack thereof that I had. It was forgiveness. I needed to do deep forgiveness work. These are the clues that you use to help to identify whether or not there is forgiveness work to be done. Sleepless nights are a huge indicator of that. Flipping through the television, trying to find things that you need to do, or find things to like numb you, or find things to distract you. That's an indicator that you're not trying to address the real things that are holding you back. And this was so humbling for me. Prayerfully, this may free somebody tonight. This may help you, but it really helped me. So just grab some clues from me. I've taken one for the team, so you don't have to. My finances were a huge one. And what God had to reveal to me and to show me about my finances is that I did not have a financial problem. I had a forgiveness problem. And the forgiveness problem that I needed to take care of was that I needed to forgive myself for the anger that I had towards people that had money, or that I assumed had money. Because when I got down to the core of it, when I got down to the root of it, when I got down to as Oliver in our community says, got down to like the sha-na-na of it, God began to reveal to me that I was really angry. I was angry at the people that I assumed had more than me. Because deep down inside, for some reason, I just thought they had it easier than I did. I thought that they had some sort of an inside track to financial stability. Or I thought that they had some sort of magical superpower that I didn't possess. And that made me mad. Why do I have to work so hard for everything that I had? And it just seems like everything that they get, it just comes real easy. God began to show me that I needed to forgive. I needed to forgive them for, how can I put it, for appearing to be a certain way, or having this false sense of security. Like there's some people that make you think that money is the answer to everything, and some of us fall for that. I had to forgive myself for falling for those things. I had to forgive those people that taught me that money was pretty much the answer to everything, because I was so confused. And once I started to get clear on this, and once I started to allow myself to operate in full forgiveness, the money piece started to fall into place. The money piece started to fall into place simply because I was no longer holding on to the things that were keeping me restricted as it related to money. When you start to operate in full forgiveness, one of the clues that you will find that you are operating in full forgiveness is that you become excited for other people. I mean, like genuinely excited for other people. Because you know that God is not a respecter of persons, and that if God did it for that person, then God can do it for you. But when you're operating in unforgiveness, you become so single tracked, like you get such tunnel vision that you begin to think that this person knows something more than you do. Not realizing that heaven has made everything available to everyone. Whether or not you choose to take advantage of it, that's your responsibility. Another way that you can tell that you're operating in unforgiveness is if you cannot be clear, if you don't have an active imagination. And what that looks like is that you're always constantly trying to figure out what other people are thinking about you. God may give you the most impressive idea. God may give you the most magnificent presentation. God may give you just the idea that is above all other ideas. But because you constantly looking around and you constantly trying to figure, I don't want them to think I'm stupid. I don't want them to think that I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want them. That was one thing that almost stopped me from doing this work. Because I was allowing myself to hang on to the scenarios that I had experienced throughout my life that I had not let go of. I had to forgive all of those people that said things about me, or said things about the ideas that I had, or said things that sort of stifled me. I had to let that go. I had to forgive them, for they knew not what they did. I had to forgive them so that I could free myself to be more creative. I had to forgive so that I could grant myself the license to exceed my perceived limitations. Where are you holding yourself back? What are the clues that heaven is showing you? Heaven is showing you clues every day in your life where you are being rigid and unforgiving. Do you have to have things a certain way all the time? Do you have to have, this is an ongoing joke in my community, and this is absolutely hilarious. But my computer is about to die. So y'all have to hang on 1 second while I plug up, or otherwise we are going to lose this connection. This is so funny to me. So this is real life. This is real life YouTube. Okay, so just hold on 1 second. Oh, this is absolutely hilarious. This is this is hilarious to me. I know my husband and my assistant are like, oh my God, this is not happening. But I don't care. So back to our regularly scheduled program. All right, I'm all plugged up now. Here we go. And I forgave myself. See how quick that was? I just forgave myself real quickly. Not thinking about what other people are going to think, not thinking about what is going to happen. I'm not even concerned about that. That is how forgiveness works, okay? That is how forgiveness works. And in my defense, this is not my fault. This is not my fault because my computer was fully charged, and then Mr. Johnson took it and he was doing some stuff with it. So he, the battery drained. So anyway, I'm not taking that one. Okay. So anyway, I'm not taking the L on that one. That was not me. Forgiveness work. Forgiveness work is the gift that you give yourself. Forgiveness is the gift that heaven has given you from heaven to earth. When we traveled from heaven to earth to get here, one of the tools that heaven has given us is forgiveness. The question that you have to ask yourself is, how often have you used this tool? How often have you used forgiveness in its fullest capacity? Forgiveness is what is meant to keep you moving through the process. Forgiveness is what heaven gives you to use without limitation. Forgiveness does not have a limit. You're not going to run out of the opportunity. Like, look, heaven sent me down here with 199 forgivenesses. Okay, if that's a word. Heaven sent me down here with 199 forgivenesses. Okay. I am now at 180. And I am this age, and I don't know how long I'm going to live, so I need to hang on to these things. I need to hang on to them just in case. I don't want to run out. I don't want to run out. You have unlimited capacity to forgive. And it behooves you greatly to use it, to maximize it, to max it out. You will find that forgiveness is so liberating. When I started to become an active forgiver, my entire body began to change. When you become an active forgiver, you begin to immediately identify the potential offenses that could derail you. And you can stop them at the beginning of the process. And you can try this as soon as tomorrow. You can start this tonight. So pay attention. I consider the world our playground. The world is your playground. And this is something that I want everyone to do. So if you are on here, if you're going to catch it by replay, whatever you have to do, one of my best assignments that I give, and this is a tool that everyone needs to use, understanding the 12 hours for God and 12 hours for man. And this is going to help you with this forgiveness work. This 12 hours for God, 12 hours for man helps with everything. And so draw two circles 2 circles, okay? Some of y'all will be like, I gotta come back to this because I ain't got no paper, I ain't got nothing. But 2 circles. Label one circle AM and one circle PM, okay? And so I'll do it here with you. I don't have a little board or anything, but I got my little note. So I'm going to draw 2 circles. I'm not an artist, but for demonstration purposes only, okay? So you draw 2 circles and you divide them into 4 quadrants. I don't even know if y'all can see that, but I'm trying my best. I'm holding it up to the camera. I don't know if you can see that. Label one circle AM and one circle PM. In your AM circle, label the circle just like you would the face of a clock. 12, 3, 6, and 9. And I think on some of my future videos, we'll actually have a graphic there. Okay, we're learning as we go along. So I'm gonna have the fancy graphics and all of that. So, and on the second one, the PM circle, do 12, 3, 6, and 9 as well. Your AM circle, 12 to 3 AM, those are your dreams and visions. Dreams and visions are very important in the process as it relates to what heaven wants to do, because dreams and visions are where heaven can operate with you in a capacity that is untethered from the world. And dreams are very telling, because when you have good and powerful dreams, sometimes in those dreams, time will be suspended. You don't know if it's daytime or nighttime. Sometimes you'll be hovering. Sometimes you'll be walking. Sometimes you'll be floating. You can go from one scene to the next scene. Dreams are so powerful because dreams show you the potential that you possess when you are untethered from the world. Forgiveness helps to untether you from the world. Forgiveness helps you to rise higher than your perceived limitations. So if for no other reason you want to delve so deeply into this forgiveness work that it untethers you from everything that is keeping you stuck in a fixed location. 12 to 3 a.m. is the time that heaven allows us to reconnect with heaven. And in order to reconnect with heaven, you want to make sure that you release yourself on a daily basis of anything and everything that keeps you attached. So I'm not going to go into all of the quadrants tonight because of limitation of time, and I like to honor everyone's time, and I want to keep these sessions, I'm not going to say future sessions, but these sessions for 30 minutes. But I think that this tonight is enough for you to chew on, enough for you to really consider and count the cost of what forgiveness is costing you, or unforgiveness is costing you. Is unforgiveness costing you your creativity? Is unforgiveness costing you your imagination? Is unforgiveness costing you, because you have to understand that everything that you need is encoded in the creative process that heaven has deposited within you. And that means that your money is encoded in that process as well. So when you are blocking your creativity, when you are blocking your imagination, when you are blocking yourself from growing and moving and expanding because of unforgiveness, then you are restricting your abundance, your provision, your money. Most people don't want to make the connection between what they're doing in their lives. They don't want to make the connection between that and how abundant or how prosperous they are. And the world has set it up in such a way that you can make a lot of money and you can make a lot of and draw to you a lot of material things and disconnect from that piece of it. But the problem is that at some point in your life, it will have to be addressed. And for me, because I am lazy, I don't want to do a whole lot of rework. And in order to avoid a whole lot of rework, you need to put first things first. And the Bible teaches us this. Where if you are going to give your offering, to bring your talent, to bring your gift, and you get to the altar and there you remember that someone has something against you or you have something against someone else, then leave it right there. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. This is the Alicia Johnson Always Journal version, okay? You can go and read it for yourself. But heaven is telling us, God is telling us that your talents are no good. Your creativity is no good. Your gifts are no good if there is unforgiveness attached. You need to go back and work out that thing. And this is why this work for me is so important. Because I am not just teaching this, I am living this. This work that we do in this community is nothing short of a miracle. And the only reason that this work is working the way that it's working is because my husband and I had to do the work before we started the work. Once we started to do the deep forgiveness work, all of those hidden treasures that we thought we would have to go somewhere else to find, God began to reveal to us that we possess everything that we needed right in our own household, right in our own hands. So tonight, as you're drifting off to sleep, tonight, as you are reflecting on this time, tonight, as you are trying to figure this thing out, allow heaven to show you all of those little cracks and crevices where unforgiveness has just taken root. And you actually probably think this is just part of your personality. This is just part of who I am. But I challenge you to give the next 26 days now. And if you go back to the other 4, you can do this. These recordings will be here. So you can do the 30 days however you want to. But give yourself a fighting chance to truly win and to truly be the best of who God has created you to be. A lot of times you don't have to take another class. You don't have to get another certification. You don't have to do anything that the world tells you need to do to get abundance. Sometimes all you have to do is forgive. And I would challenge people to probably say that's all you have to do is forgive, because everything is encoded in that. That is how powerful this work is. So take your time and follow the clues. And for those of you who are here, like, subscribe so that you can keep track of the notifications of when we go live. And we'll be doing a lot of other lives, not just forgiveness, but we'll be doing a lot of other work too. So I'm excited about that. But don't miss this opportunity to do this work right now in community, to do this work right now with others, to do this work in a way that is going to be beneficial and a win-win to everyone involved. Because when you heal, everything around you heals. I promise you that. So y'all have fun with this tonight. Thank you so much. And I think I did good. Y'all tell me if I did good in the comments. I think I looked at the camera most of the time. I might have drifted off a little bit to the right or to the left, but I think I did okay. I think I focused enough. So I'm excited about this whole YouTube thing. I'm excited about this work that we're doing. I'm excited about stretching and growing and all of that. And share this with those that you think can benefit from this work, this process. I truly believe that every encounter is a holy encounter. I truly pay attention to everything and everyone who crosses my path. And so, if this work has crossed your path for any particular reason, I would suggest that you pay attention to that thing. Because I am not here just arbitrarily. I'm here because this is what God told me to do. Because anybody that knows me knows I'm not a big social media person. So, this is a stretch. But once again, I made a promise. I made a promise to God that if you show me how to turn all of this mess around, that I'll squeal like a pig. So this is one of the avenues that heaven is using to allow me to squeal like a pig. So oink, oink, here I go. So y'all have fun with this. Take it for what it's worth. Make sure, once again, that you subscribe so that you can get all of the information when we put it up here, and you can, get the recordings and all of that. I'm still learning how this thing works. So we're all learning together. But I thank you so much for spending your time with me this evening. And tomorrow night is Friday. And so we will do this work Monday through Friday for the entire 30-day process. So just set your clocks, mark your calendars, and we'll be here every Monday through Friday. So tomorrow night, I will see you again at 8:00 Eastern Standard Time. All right. Love you all. Sweet dreams. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.